Imagine, if you will, waking up and having all the dreams and nightmares available to you finally after all your life. Well, I have had that happen, and now I'm able to write these stories and present them to you. Here is my vlog. I'm presenting to you Road to the Wardens of the Dawn, where I'm writing books and telling you of my journey as doing so. Join me as we go into each vlog. Thank you. And welcome back to the vlog. Um, the advantage of having a break over the holidays is that it brings me back with a new dedication. And so I want to talk about that and what it meant for me and some advancements and ideas that I did in a couple of scenes. Then I had to think about in book three, I have a character I haven't met yet. That means I haven't used him, I haven't worked with him before. So I had to do a deep dive. So I'm going to tell you how I did my deep dive. Then updates, exciting updates on the book process. Stay tuned. When I was envisioning scene 27, um, I had already had a big brawl and epic battle earlier on. I don't really want to have another one. But now I had two forces again working, conflicting with each other. So I put it aside for a while and I had to think, what do I want to do? And my partner made a mention of the Gita. I can't pronounce the first part of it, sorry, but I'll call it the Gita, which is an Indian story from India, and it's dealing with the war of two forces that come together. And before the forces have their battle, the generals have a conversation. And that conversation inspired me. And so, scene 27, very powerful, very useful. It's coming not the same as the Gita. Mine is different, but the inspiration for it comes from the Gita. And that's what you need to do when you're looking for things in your stories, things for inspiration, something unique. You want each scene to be unique, each chapter to be unique. Give the audience a surprise all the time. This helped me do it for this scene. Scene 28. So, scene 27 could have actually ended the book. But you know what they say, you always have to have a twist. And that means that you have to surprise the audience. You have to give them something they weren't expecting. And in scene 28, our heroes have a twist. It's only a hint what that twist is, not necessarily putting the gun wraith up on the screen for any particular reason, but you never know. When I deal with twists, I don't even know sometimes what it's going to be. And in this case, I didn't. I was writing it out and it told me what it was going to be. I had my mind, I had to have a twist in here. I had my mind what the next scenes are going to be. But I didn't know how to achieve it until I wrote it. And that's something that you also have to learn to do. You have to just learn that the story will tell itself. Trust you. Trust yourself. The stories are there. Just wait for them. Like I said, I took a break. My family had Christmas, and then we went together to Disney Paris. Pictures and stuff like that I'll show later because there's actually a connection to book five or book four from what we did in this time. So I'll put that in a different vlog. But when I came back, it's like, okay, I'm going to start writing. What does that mean? I want to finish book one or book two. I want to get the scenes all completed. Then I want to start working on book one again. As soon as the editor is done, then I'm going to take it all, put it all together, format it for the formats, and read it from beginning to end. And then I'm going to move forward with that. So there's a lot of stuff I have to do for book one still. So I put it in a planning. I made an agenda which has me twice a week writing scenes, um, once a week building for future books, planning, planning things, doing further planning with this, working on some publishing stuff, and working on marketing stuff. And there are things that I have to do in order to get ready for book one's preparation and publication, including building a website. So all this stuff has to happen. So I had to put it in the agenda so that I make sure it did happen. And actually, okay, what am I going to do today? Oh, I have to make vlog 20 to make this vlog. So it's good to have a little agenda. Only till the end of January, then I will do it again. Because certain things are out of my control. I have to wait for them. Nice picture here, by the way, huh? One in the front, Bryant. To his side is his sister. Um, the other side, a very small Darkin, not a character I made. And then Wyatt. Rick is just a bubble above, don't know why. And then Bryant's constructs surrounding them, plus an army of robots, ghosts, and Darkin. Hints. Spoilers! This picture is Cranston, and he will be one of the main characters in book 3. And I don't know who Cranston is. I don't know why this guy is the way he is. By the way, they're supposed to have 3 legs and 3 arms. Thank you, the co-pilot, for not being able to do that, and also only 1 eye. So there's inaccuracies. I'll have Chris make corrections when we do the cover. So what I need to know is who this character is. Who are you? Why are you important? Why should I be writing from your point of view? So I start off with what have I have a story idea already. Got to put Cranston into it. What do I have? What do I have about him? Um, who is he? What does he want? Why does he want it? Where is he from? And what's his history? And I sat down and I just created the sub story. I created where he comes from. I created what he is and why he is downtrodden in the beginning of the book. I have to do all of this to build him up because he is one of the 2 main characters of the book. Cranston is his name. And so when you deep dive and look at a character, you got to sit back and you got to answer all the questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Give them a backstory that matches your story. They have to have a reason. They have to have a motivation. Um, are they a suffering person? When you look at superheroes, it's very common that the backstories tend to make superheroes orphans, or at least only having 1 parent. Um, I have seen some superheroes have all their parents, but not very many, especially in comic books. Marvel Comics, DC Comics, they're pretty close to doing the same thing. When a character is that orphan, they can fulfill the superhero archetype easier than if they still have a complete family. I think as you look at the DC heroes, Batman and one of the most relatable superheroes in the entire DC universe because of that he's got this trauma. He's lost his parents. He's an orphan. And then his dedication and his money is his superpower. When you look at a character like the Green Lantern, the original Hal Jordan Green Lantern, he didn't lose everybody. He still had his parents. He still had his family. And what's more, he got a new family. And though you can say the Green Lantern is much stronger and much more powerful a character than Batman, he is least relatable of probably the entire DC universe. Because everyone's asking the questions, why? Why should I care about this guy? Ooh, he's powerful, but why? So all my characters, I need to know why. Why should why should you care about Everett James? Why should you care about Rick? Why should you care about Billy? Why should you care about Bryant? Why should you care about Wyatt? Now, why should you care about Cranston? And the only way you can do that is you, the writer, need to know who they are. I do this in a variety of ways. I come up with a backstory, or I use them in some way in another story, or I use them in computer games, or I do a digital art evaluation of them. And then things come to me. Like this picture right here is really given me give me the idea how three-legged giants battle. And it's very interesting. Though I still have to teach the AI how to draw them right. When you are doing your deep dive for characters, keep that in mind. You have to dig deep. You have to come up with that stuff. You got to know them. If they're going to be the protagonist, you need to know them. You have to do the same, by the way, with all your anti-heroes, all your villains. You don't have to do it with all the sub characters. Let them define themselves in the story. But your main character, the one that the people are going to see the story through their eyes, you got to make the audience believe that they want to be that person. And you can't do that without knowing who they are for yourself. Character deep dives, one of the most important things I think I've done on my characters. Think about that next time you have to make one. Now it's time for updates. So as we speak, Joanna is still working on part 4. We have an appointment at the end of the month. And of course, the cover is hanging above my head. And the digital is ready. Chris has also offered to help to work on the cover designs when I need to do the different formats between Lulu and Ingram Spark. Book 2, I have finished scenes 27 and 28 this week, and I have actually started the groundwork for scene 29. Next week will be 29 and 30. And I did a character deep dive in book 3. This is what I've done this week. This is my updates for you. Also, I'd like to point out, nice picture we have here. These are the 4 characters from book 3. Center is Albert. Then over his right shoulder in the silver dress, that's Cranston, the silver dragon from his exploits. Then you got the 2 characters in purple. And then more on them later. So this is my vlog this week. I hope you enjoyed reading it. Also keep in mind, every week I am going to do this vlog, and I would love to get us up to 50 subscribers. We're at 49. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this vlog. Also turn your notifications on so that you can be told when the next vlog is available. Thank you, and Bill out.